Welcome back to the Easy Go 200 from Atlanta Motor Speedway. You see a little bit of grass and, well, some greenery there in the splitter of the 81. That is because Donnie Leah had to take evasive action and went right down on the apron and in the infield.
He took evasive action because of this. He spun out. And if you want to know how important air is to these trucks, that truck right behind him just swiped a little bit of the air off that rear spoiler, and Donnie Leah was passing people. He was going to town. He said, I like my truck. Next thing he knows, he's backwards.
Yeah, he did a nice job of keeping that truck out of the wall. A number of trucks on pit road down there, Adam.
And a little surprised to see Terry Cook coming down the pit lane. You can't take fuel here. Cook had started 16th, worked his way solidly in the top 10, had been very quiet on the radio. Now, there may have been an issue since we last heard from him. It will be 4 tires, but no fuel. You can't take fuel to the competition caution, Ray.
2 rounds down on the left side of the track bar, also around a wedge. Excuse me, right side on the track bar and around the wedge here for Johnny Benson, all trying to tighten this thing up. No fuel in the truck, but they are going to put tires on here so that when they come back later for the competition caution, they can only get fuel then.
I like the strategy a lot, Rick. They've mixed things up here.
Well, but a lot of guys did, it look like. I mean, there was quite a few trucks that were on pit road that probably will use that same strategy.
Aaron's lucky dog to Chrissy Wallace. The restart after the competition yellow on lap 25 is going to be fun.
It will be fun. Stay tuned.
And just to clarify for your all's information,
Thursday night on an all-new wreck, the Big Toe Show hits Chicago, and O'Hara's out to prove they're the best in the business. But will a last-minute wreck ruin their trucks and their chances at the show? Wreck Thursday night, 10 Eastern, exclusively on Speed. Staying out on the racetrack, that 33 of Ron Hornaday, Matt Craftsman, Ryan Newman, Kyle Busch, and Eric Darnell. Your top 5 as we come back to the start-finish line. Green flag back in the air.
Remember, all these trucks up front stayed on the racetrack on this caution flag.
Some guys that felt like they needed some adjustments on their trucks, Phil. They wanted to switch things up a little bit. Johnny Benson, Terry Cook, they got 4 tires just then, among others. That means when this competition caution flies in about 7 laps from now, they're just going to come in, get some gas, and try to use the adjustments that they made to their truck to keep them up near the front. But there will be no match for the new tires that are going to come after them here in a little while.
Not at all. And NASCAR may even delay that competition caution. They may say, okay, we want 25 green flag laps. They will discount the caution laps that they've run, and they will go maybe to 27, 28, even 29.
And if I'm Johnny Benson and Terry Cook right now, I'm being easy on my tires. I'm going to run 4 or 5 laps as easy as I can, just maintain my track position, hoping that they'll be okay when they go back green and the whole world has new tires around them.
Michael, it's not okay. Not okay for Johnny Benson. He said they have a tire that is loose. At first he thought they were blowing up the engine, but he said, no, it's definitely a tire that's loose. It's about to shake the steering wheel right out of my hands.
Now, do you think, Phil, when you're in a championship battle, that you feel every little
and hear everything
shake and shimmy in a truck? And remember at Martinsville last week, Johnny got bumped and he said, my truck's it's gone crazy, it's not right anymore.
I think the tire's flat.
Yep.
And Tripp Bruce said, calm down, it looks like it's okay, and he went on to win the race. So it's going to be Tripp's job to keep Johnny calm if at all possible. But darn, when that thing's shaking, you're on 180 mile an hour here. You need somebody to tell you, you need to know more than it might be okay. It's going to be okay.
Ryan Newman has taken second away from Matt Craftsman and now sets his sights on Hornaday.
And I wonder if Ryan Newman knows that Ryan Hornaday is battling for a championship. Would love to get the 5 extra points for leading the most laps.
I don't think so.
Don't think so?
I mean, he knows, but
I don't think he cares.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
He's going to the front.
You know, he drives for Kevin Harvick. You know that, right?
Yeah, but I don't think Kevin gave him the orders to stay behind Ron. He probably said, we need to win a race for that 2 truck.
And that's exactly what Ryan Newman is trying to do, as he has taken over the lead at Atlanta. Ryan Newman in his first ever Truck Series start, and he is in front of Ron Hornaday and Matt Craftsman.
He's trying to join a pretty exclusive group of the guys that have won in the first ever Truck Series start. We heard Ray Dunlap tell us before the race that only 3 guys have done it in the history of the series.
Now, on the other hand, Ron might be confused about what's going on right now.
Hey, wait a minute. That's my teammate up there.
Why is he doing that?
Yeah. But Ryan Newman looking very good. Again, starting 10th in this race and has already made his way up to the front.
I'm really impressed with the run Matt Craftsman has right now, because he struggled a little bit in that first practice, or the only practice we've had. He was only 21st quickest in that practice this morning, and he has run some great lap times, stayed up in the top 3 here.
You know, another guy who was struggling in practice was Mike Skinner. Adam, have they figured anything out with that truck?
Mike Skinner talking about the changes they made in our setup show earlier today, because as you mentioned, Rick, they were not satisfied in practice. He said they went back to the old reliable setup. Well, he was not very good on that first run of the day, so they implied a similar strategy to what we've seen some other guys do, and that is come down at lap 16, get your tires then. Their plan, pit for fuel only when the competition caution comes out sometime around lap 25.
But what does Johnny Benson do now? If that vibration's still there, there's the competition yellow.
Competition caution has come out here on lap 26.
Yeah, they did wait for the 25 laps. They did not discount the caution laps that we ran earlier, so it's going to be interesting to see on this restart, as you talk about, Michael. We're going to have a lot of guys with old tires, and a lot of the other guys are going to have fresh tires. And I think that, as you mentioned, the old tires are going to be no match for the new tires.
No, and it's going to get fun when they take off. I promise.
They're going to be out front, and they're not going to have as good of tires as the guys behind them.
But I'm still wondering what Johnny Benson does here. That team's got to make a decision. They could put on 4 more tires, Phil, and just save the ones they're taking off for later in the race if necessary.
Yeah, they could. I don't know. That would be a huge gamble, I think.
But if you're shaking.
Exactly. I mean, don't you have to come in and either change tires or.
It looks like Johnny's guys are up on the wall with tires, so they may be doing just that. Going to take those tires off, make sure the wheels look okay. And they may even send them back to Goodyear to have the balance rechecked on those tires.
Exactly. I think that's what they have to do. Tough start for our point leader, no doubt.
Very tough situation.
You know what's really impressive, I'm looking at our scoring monitor. Ryan Newman ran his fastest lap of the race on the 22nd lap.
Wow,
that's unheard of.
Right after the restart.
Absolutely.
A little clean air on the front of that truck, and he went really fast. Obviously, he was faster than the competition when they threw the green at the start, but he had to pass all those people.
Right.
He got her stretched out and in clean air, and he was able to run a really fast lap. That does bode well for that team. No one else has ran their fastest lap any later than lap 6, Phil. If that tells you what an accomplishment that was for Newman.
The field on its way down pit road. Adam Alexander.
Matt Craftsman started 4th today. He is in the 3rd position. The plan for them under this competition caution, pitting at lap 26, 4 tires, fuel, and just top it off. No adjustments for Craftsman. Meanwhile, Ryan Newman has had a great start. Beginning in the 10th position, up to the lead under this, our 2nd caution of the day. 4 tires for him, a little air pressure to help a loose condition in the 2 truck. Ray?
In the middle of your screen, you see the VFW Chevrolet Abron Hornaday. They are going to get 4 tires there, and they're going to take a half a pound out of the right rear tire. Air pressure adjustment. On the bottom, Johnny Benson, they were going to go fuel only, but Benson said, we can't take that chance. I think that's a left side tire that was left loose. So they're putting 4 tires on this certified used vehicles Toyota, and he'll get back to the racetrack. We'll see if his vibration is gone when he gets back to green flag racing.
See, Mike Skinner, when everybody rolled to pit road to make their pit stop, he went right behind the wall with that 5 truck.
You see the guys pushing down on the back of the truck. It almost looks like there's a spring laying by the right front tire. They're changing springs on that truck.
Do they think they can get this done without losing a lap?
Well, if they lose a lap, they can possibly get it back from Aaron's.
Aaron's is making dreams come true and giving laps away.
We'll keep our eye on what's going on with Mike Skinner. The crowd waiting for another great show here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Spotlight shining on our championship. Atlanta Motor Speedway always has great finishes.